Hi guys, my name is Diana Vartanova. I'm the lead photographer and the owner of Still Miracle, and also you might know me as a part of Sparkling Moments events where I work as a creative director and a lead photographer at all of the workshops. Today, we are on an exciting journey of editing photographs. It's actually one of my favorite parts. After each wedding, I come back home. Not always home. Sometimes I go to a different destination, but I have this quiet time with just myself and the masterpieces that we have produced. And it's always the right time to really enjoy the wedding, all of its beauty, all the details that we've taken while running as a headless chicken on the wedding day, trying to cover everything. Having over 20, 30 weddings per season, I really wanted to make this part efficient. I really wanted not to waste time on trying to find the perfect colors, the perfect settings for each editing. And this is how I came up with the idea of creating my own presets. Being honest, before that, I also bought quite a lot of them from other different photographers or different online platforms like Etsy, etc., etc. But most of them never worked for me. Moreover, I really wanted to achieve like a similar film-like look on my pictures, and not only taken on my camera, but also taken on the cameras of my second shooters and even videographers. And this is how I had to create a specially designed presets that will create this film, Fuji film sometimes, color to the pictures taken on Canon, on Sony, Nikon, and any other brand. Today we're going through one of the galleries that I have already shared on my Instagram, but it's one of my favorite of this season. It's a wedding of Gillian and Alessandro shot on Villa Cetinale in Tuscany. You, I guess, all know this location. It's an amazing one to go to. And we'll edit the pictures with my presets. By the way, if you want to see me editing pictures with just starting from raw image, we have one more video for you that my team will link for you in the description to this video. But today, we're going through the world of presets. So what is important? Let's go through the pack. This is the presets you will see in the finest collection pack. It also has the profiles that I was creating through the programs I've never known they exist in Photoshop. How I start? I go through a few of them. There are my favorites. For example, Still Miracle preset, as you see, that's like the iconic. And I start to twist all the buttons. What we can see. Probably the green is a little bit too yellow, so we'll give the greenery its proper look. Probably a bit more green there. And a bit less saturation in the colors. We also love the color of the sky, so let's enhance that. By the way, guys, you probably got used to my laptop if you've seen my other videos. My laptop is in Ukrainian. I'm proud to say that. So I hope you understand the names by already knowing perfectly Camera Raw and Lightroom. And then these new versions of Photoshop, I hope you are not pirating the software, guys. They have the amount of the profile and the amount of presets that you can apply. So, for example, you can go really, really intensive on it, or you can just give it a little bit of a color in it. And if you compare it to the pictures I shared recently on my Instagram taken from my camera and from, from 35mm film camera, you will see how close this preset looks. And then you can, for example, give a bit of a shadows here, a bit of a light. To my mind, I love the picture. Let's see the picture from the inside, the detailed shots. What can we go with? Probably If you see plus, it means that the preset has the profiles attached already. I think this light and simple might work really great. Deep is also one of my favorites. You can see it's starred. I use it really, really often. And then you can see I can attach the preset more or a bit softer. You can tweak it to your liking. This is exactly the Fujifilm look. I love it. The same with the details. And as you see, yes, the picture changes a little bit, but I'm not the person who immersively changes the colors. And I also urge you to, guys, take pictures in the settings you already love. If you love the blacks and the depth of field in the dark and shadows, go for it. But if you like the softer looks, don't shoot it like this and then like trying to bring the lights in it in the Photoshop. Try to make it as close to the reality as possible. I love it. Clean, beautiful, stylish, everything that needs to be done. Okay, the picture of the chateau itself, of the villa. Yeah, looks great. I don't even have to think. I already know that if there is greenery, if it's outside, the sunny sky, I go for still miracle film. By the way, this preset is only in the finest package. So if you mistakenly buy the smaller collections, you might not have the profiles in it. So just beware of that. When I edit, I always try to delete all the irrelevant objects, or the better, I try not to have them at all when I take pictures. But I think you already know, guys, how great the new Photoshop is for that, and it's not a problem anymore to delete anything you don't like. So sometimes it's even easier to do there because you see this camera raw is not perfectly made for it. I mean, probably even like I wouldn't waste time on it, but please remember that if you want to achieve this kind of modern, expensive look in your pictures, none of that should be left there for no reason. Okay, the inside portrait. The difficult part of this image is that we have different colors of the skin, and we need to show the best part of it. First of all, one of the pictures in the series would be black and white, of course. But here we might go with something like caramel and profile, where the colors of the skin are still preserved and you still see that girls are coming from different ethnical backgrounds. And then we start playing again. Beautiful. I love it. I mean, I can play a little bit more if I have to, but as long as the picture looks nice, the skin tones look great, the whites look white and blacks look black, this is where I think one should stop. You see, Still Miracle Film looks really great. That's the one I spent ages on. Paris looks also great. Obviously, in the series, I want all the pictures from the similar kind of lighting to look the same. For example, if I do a wedding album, we don't want like different presets to apply to different parts of the gallery. So I will still go with the same preset and we'll just adapt it slightly to the temperature and the colors of this part of the day. Probably a bit more in the green. Nice. Looks nice. And it's exactly the look I've literally posted yesterday. By the way, guys, as you see, I work in camera raw. It's literally the same application as Lightroom, but based in Photoshop. And just for me, I started like this. I tried to switch so many times to Lightroom, but I'm just the camera raw person, and the presets work the same on both software. So here we go with this beautiful decorations. Let's attach the preset in the same way. The guest happy and celebrative. The main task is to look on the color of the skin. So for example, if it's a little bit too green, then we go to the calibration, we work with the skin tones here. And also to see if you like your tones of white. For example, it's a little bit pinky, but because I was shooting on Fujifilm film RAWs in my film camera, analog camera, it has this kind of a little bit of pink in the whites, so I don't mind it. But if we want to correct it, we just go in the temperature, as well as we can play with the gradients. So let's say whites, we want to compensate pink, so we go in the green. But mind that you don't need to do anything super excessive, just like this little 1%, 2% of adds on work perfectly. The wedding ceremony in lights and in the shadows. Let's play with it. Let's add a bit of a temperature there to give it a similar vibe. Probably a bit more of the profile itself. The groom going somewhere. I think it might be a black and white. Look how cool it is. Nice. What should I show you guys? The bride and groom, one of my favorite pictures you can see as a cover in one of my posts. Obviously, let's go through all the presets. The slide and simple looks great. London looks okay-ish. London rain is a little bit too brown, too yellow, too blue. But this Paris plus profile looks really great. Both of them, really. And of course, you can, like, play with the amount of it. But of course, I will go for the same preset I used before, and I will just make it look nice to my tasting. Whether I like the color of the skin, the depth of the contrast, everything. Perfect. And my favorite picture of the day. Look at them. Oh, beautiful. Can you see? I've just attached the same setting to the next picture, and it already works a little bit differently. So we need to add the profile. We need to work with the shadows, with blacks, and probably even with the temperature, because here they are standing in the sunlight. The sunlight is closer to them. Here they have a bit of a reflection of the grass and shadow, and the picture already looks different even in the color palette of her dress. So we can add a bit of sunshine in the temperature, a bit of pinks, and probably even a bit of a preset. And then try to compensate the guest dresses if we want to. But I think it's ideal enough to be liked by everyone. Just remember, guys, that as a wedding photographer, when we look at the same picture for too much, we start to forget what it looks like. So sometimes I switch back to the original, switch back to the edited version. I don't want anything excessive, like blue tones in the skin. I don't know, like over saturated colors or overlaid whites. Anything that doesn't look normal shouldn't be there. Try to reach for this perfectly natural colors of each picture. Let's go to the later parts of the day. I love that musician. He was so sincere, playing and attracting my attention as a photographer, sitting there with his guitar. Really nice. Okay, straighten up the picture first of all. Oi. And cutting it perfectly. Okay, let's see what works best. Being honest, I go straight forward to the presets I already know that might work, but you can develop your own way of using them. You can start applying the same, for example, film, and trying to make it look perfect for your purpose. For example, you want the greens to be a bit brighter, so you add the color in them. You want the greens to be a bit more yellow, you twist it back. You want the contrast corrected. It's okay, no problem at all. And you see it's already a bit different. But as you can see, there is no profile here. So let's select something with a profile over here. And this is how you can also learn and improve your skills in Photoshop. Just trying to understand what is a bit wrong with this picture and how to make it a little bit better. You see, we know that it's been photographed at the dawn, like the last bits of the sunshine, the lit light there. And I still want more green in it. Green and green to be more yellow. Nice. I'm sure the couple will love it. Okay, the picture's taken at the wedding dinner. I don't remember whether I said it or not. Personally, I shoot on Fujifilm. It's a medium format camera. And I was specifically creating the presets for the classic mirrorless and DSLR cameras because Fujifilm has its own preset profiles inside the cameras, and the presets that I have for my Fujifilm won't be relevant for any of you guys. So that's why I've created this pack based on Canon, Nikon, Sony colors, and I think it's a perfect fit for all of those. I'm sure that's a black and white picture, but we still can go through the presets. Probably sparkle, I don't know. No, black and white. Black and white is always a go, right? When you don't know what to do with the colors and you have to finish the gallery right on time. I hope you found it very useful. You're very welcome to check the description of the video to get the presets. I know that as a part of our course from Pro to Top, you will have exclusive discounts, and you're very welcome to join the community of Webme School, where you will have lots and lots of different opportunities, including buying the presets at special rates. And of course, we can't wait to see you deliver your beautiful galleries using my presets. Thank you for staying with me today. My name is Diana Vartanova, and I hope to see you in the next lessons.